example, in predictive maintenance, where you can really improve your OE because you know or try to predict when a production line is going to fail, and actually you prevent that from happening by already taking the right actions in the production environment to keep it moving. Without the technology, the sensors in there, the data analysis, you couldn't have done that. So I think that is how technology now really enables to get the last 10% squeezed out.
Hello and welcome to another Coffee with Mr. IoT. My name is Robert Schmidt. I'm Deloitte's Chief Futurist, also known as Mr. IoT. Today on my show I have Marjolein Schipper.
Yeah.
How did I do?
Yeah, quite well. Marjolein Schipper in Dutch, but
okay, well,
I know for English speaking it's not the easiest name to pronounce.
Well, I do speak German too, but anyhow. You're a manager in Deloitte. You work out of our Dutch office, and you're specializing in
Industry 4.0, focusing on the physical world. So more background in operational excellence, but I work closely together with our IoT team, of course, to integrate technology in that physical world.
What's the difference between Industry 4.0 and IoT?
IoT is one of the enablers of Industry 4. So with Industry 4, we say it's optimize a better way, pushed by new technology to make, move, and manage things. So that is for us Industry 4.0. And the connection between those products and the digital and the physical world is enabled by IoT.
Interesting. Is that... We don't talk as much about Industry 4.0 in the US as you talk in Europe, is that correct?
I think you call it differently. So in Europe we call it Industry 4.0. It was mentioned first in the Hannover Messe. I think in the US it's more about digital manufacturing, digital factory, smart factory, which are all names too. Yeah, well it's not the same, but it's quite similar. But in Asia they're talking more about Society 5.0 even.
Oh really?
Yeah. So,
what does that mean?
They focus also more on the societal part. So not only the manufacturing, but also future of work, humans, how are these kind of things. So they call it Society 5.0.
I like that actually. That's a really great name.
Yeah, and that relates more to what Punit is talking about in the fourth industrial revolution, which is a broader concept than Industry 4.0.
And why Society 5? Now,
I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea what Society 4 was.
That's what I was wondering. What was Society 4?
Yeah, no, I have to ask the Japanese colleagues.
So, you said to me that you work a lot in production, sort of like the physical aspect of it.
Yeah. So what you see happening is that current emerging technologies that have been here for some while, but now they're becoming commercially attractive because they're cheaper, data analysis can be done in real time. So now you really see technology-enabled optimized production. So of course we had Lean Six Sigma to optimize production, but now with technology you can really accelerate that optimization and get real-time insights, make decisions on the spot using technology to optimize your plan actually on the go. And I think that is a big accelerator for production optimization as we see it. So,
I've heard people say that with Lean and Six Sigma, we've kind of squeezed everything we could out of the lemon, and sort of IoT gives us new ways of getting new benefits. Is that what you see, and what examples do you have?
I heard the same. So this is actually the last 10% of Lean Six Sigma that we can still squeeze out. So you can see that, for example, in predictive maintenance, where you can really improve your OE because you know or try to predict when a production line is going to fail, and actually you prevent that from happening by already taking the right actions in the production environment to keep it moving. Without the technology, the sensors in there, the data analysis, you couldn't have done that. So I think that is how technology now really enables to get the last 10% squeezed out.
So you think it's the last 10% we're squeezing?
Well, we don't know how the percentage, but this will help us get to the really optimized factory solutions. So that's one way of looking at how technology enables production. And then, of course, you have the other way. You can use technology for new business models and actually find new revenue streams that will obviously have their impact on operations because you're pursuing
top line rather than squeezing the bottom line.
So there's two playing fields, I would say, with Industry 4.0. So one is reducing the risk, optimizing safety, improve operational efficiencies, and on the other side, by changing your business model, valorizing data, connect to your clients, connect that back, there's other revenues for companies to pursue.
So you talk about new business models. I love this enabling new business models.
Yeah.
Give us some examples you've seen in your work of new business models that have been successful.
Let me think about that. What would be a good example that I can share? So yeah, there's the examples out there of aircraft manufacturers that are now selling miles as a service rather than selling the engines first off, and that is actually making them more revenues, but it does have an impact also on their operations. That's what I'm more working on because well, you're becoming a different company where at first they were focusing on production and assets, optimizing assets, get most efficiencies out there. You also need a whole operation within the company to support a services model, which is a really different gameplay than what they did before. You'll need back office, you need customer service. How are you going to deal with all the things that come back from maintenance? How are you going to do that predictive maintenance on machines that are out there? And it requires different capabilities. It requires new people that probably didn't work in production before, but know how to work with data, work with customers.
So one of the things I always found I needed to do in order to advise and consult anybody is I needed to do the job, almost like be hands-on. Have you had the opportunity to go down on the production floor, be hands-on?
Not as much as I would like to. So I think it would be good, and we discussed it in our team to have an exchange with our clients, so that we would say, okay, let's put our consultants for 2 months in a factory, in operations, let them experience what it is like, and at the same time take someone out of production environment and put them in a consulting skill to see, hey, what are different ways to approach a problem, how do I do analytics. So it's actually a thing that I would like to set up within Deloitte. And then we do have our site visits. If you are on a project, you always get in the plans, you'll see your own hands. So it's fun. In 2 weeks, we're going to visit a former colleague of ours who moved out of consulting into a company that produces food processing machines. We're going to take the team there, do the tour, build some cases to get that hands-on experience.
My very first job out of university, my best friend worked in marketing, I worked in finance. We actually put a proposal together for us to swap jobs for 2 months. They never approved it. We did write the recommendation for it, but it never happened. But people still joke about this, how him and I wanted to swap roles. So if you could pick any place, where would you want to work? Like sort of like you said you'd like to. I'm almost curious, like where would you go?
Yeah, for sure, Tom. I like where I am. I like a consulting job. I like seeing all the different clients and things like that.
But if you could drop into any production place, where would you drop in?
think it would be in an industrial or chemical company. I like the asset heavy surroundings.
Is a
the
particular
real
job
production
on the floor that you'd like to do, or just different ones? Is there a particular job you'd like to do?
Yeah, I think it's a plant manager stuff. I'm not sure if I'm really into quality management thing, but I think getting the whole operations, the overview, the seamless lines going. I think I would like that for a few months.
I have this fantasy. I want to control robots in a car manufacturing plant. That's sort of like, I don't know, go across the bay to Fremont and be at the Tesla factory and sort of like, code some of those robots. I don't know. That's my fantasy. But anyhow.
I think, let's see for how long we still operate those robots, or when the time comes that they learn themselves and optimize their own.
What's your experience with robots? Is this something you see still expanding? We see so much now through artificial intelligence, so much compute power coming. Is that taking away from robots? Is that still, what do you see out there?
Well, I think artificial intelligence is technology that is used within robots to optimize actually their working. So I think AI drives the use of robotics. I think it becomes better. I think the cobot is a really interesting development. So how do robots and human beings work together? So what are the tasks that are better done by a robot, maybe for safety reasons, maybe for precision, but working together with human beings on the same line? I think that is an interesting trend we're seeing. To have the full lights off production facility that is being controlled out of a central location.
Have you seen any?
No.
How far away do you think we are?
Difficult to say. It's also, is that the holy grail? Are we looking for self-running?
What do you think? For some things, yes. For maybe others.
For some things, yes. Probably the answer is
and we haven't done it because of cost or because of.
Well, what you see is, so I mainly work within Europe. We have assets. We have big assets that companies invested in, and actually there are not very many new plants built from scratch. So I think if you want to build a fully automated plant, the easiest way to do it is to do it from greenfield. And what you see is that many companies are struggling. Hey, I have my assets, I have my plant. How can I optimize this? Because I'm not going to build a new plant. You see that, I believe, more in Asia, but I personally haven't worked with that. So I think it's a challenge for European companies to build that fully autonomous factory, and it will gradually, things will automate, things will optimize. But how long that will take, there's so many factors at play. So, workers, employees.
So we're here at the IoT Solutions World Congress in Barcelona. You've probably walked around. Any particular things that stand out that you saw?
Unfortunately, I arrived only this morning, so I didn't have quite a lot of time to do my round, but I will. I'm looking forward this afternoon to hear from my colleague, Mark about optimizing digital factories as well. And, I'll probably make that round after this.
Are you presenting yourself too?
No, I won't be. No.
You're just here to visit, that's awesome.
I'm here to visit. It's always a good opportunity to meet with our international colleagues, to meet with clients and prospects. And I just did this morning in our virtual duck factory. I helped some people get around, and I think it's awesome. It's awesome. It's using augmented reality to show some really cool use cases that we see as an opportunity in the market for optimizing production.
Have you found the 5 hidden ducks yet?
No.
There's 5 Easter egg ducks hidden in there, and at some shows we give out little prizes. I don't think we've started this, but if you want, you can go on and on a hunt for the hidden ducks. I'll show you one later on if you
Okay,
want.
cool. Thank you.
So, you talked about paradoxes that are going on in our current time with digitizing the manufacturing.
Yeah.
What are they? Just give us a few examples. I think it's very interesting what actually.
So
happens.
I think in general, what you see when you talk to clients is everyone says, yeah, smart manufacturing industry 4, it's an important evolution. We should do something with it. It should be part of our strategy. But then, how do I get started? Or the supply chain, yes, we do see opportunities. We do think it's important to invest, but these are not the right people that are at the table making the investment decisions. Same would go, for example, for talent.
For what?
For talent.
Okay.
So for the competencies and capabilities of the people in your factory. Yes, everybody sees the need for more digital, data-driven, data analytic, data science people. But are they really pursuing a strategy to build that capability in their company, to develop those people, to maintain those people, retain those people in the company? It's a difficult one. So people see the value. They also see other companies acting and think they should act as well. But really making the decision to invest, to develop a vision, to know where to start and how to scale is a difficult one to do.
So if I'm just at the start, where do you recommend I start?
So what we say, think big, start small, scale fast. So it is important as a company that you build a digital transformation strategy. What do you want to do? Do you want to focus on the operational efficiencies? Do you want to start new business models? It's quite some impact. Where are your areas that you want to focus on? And with that, so having a point on the horizon, start small. Just go experiment, do stuff. It's not so difficult to get a proof of concept running in your factory, and pilots and POCs already can add value if you choose them smartly. And then you want to scale. So if it works in one factory or on one machine, how do you scale up to other? And there's different ways to do that. You can build an organization at the edge to really accelerate that digital, or you start at the core. You make sure you have all the IT enablers in place, your IoT platform, and you build it from there. But have a vision is important. Randomly doing experiments because other companies do it is fun. And yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with drones or with robots or augmented reality. But in the end, you want it to contribute to your company's goals and really
Make sure
generate
that's
value.
I actually have think big, start small, scale fast as my footer in all my emails. So I was smiling when you said that.
Good. Yeah.
I want to close with a personal question. You do all this Industry 4 digital IoT stuff at work. What IoT do you have at home?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we recently moved houses. So I used to live in Amsterdam in an apartment, and now we have a real house, a grown-up house with a garden and everything. And my husband appointed me Chief Smart Home. Because of this. So I'm actually building the whole infrastructure to have a smart home system with the lights turning on. Yeah, so we have smart lights, we have a wake-up routine. So your radio will start playing in the bathroom. When you walk down, the lights will go on. We have an alarm system. And it's fun. It's to experiment a bit yourself with it. Be able to do it at larger scale. But there's a lot on the wish list
There's a lot on the wish list?
For the smart home.
What's one of the things you wish you could have and you can't have?
Oh, it's not about can't have. It's just find time to do it.
It's about time.
It's more about time to do it. But it is fun when you're gonna watch a movie. And you're just gonna say, "I'm gonna watch a movie," and your TV turns on, your curtains close, your lights dim, and you get a cold Coke.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you being on the show. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you for having me.
And with that, we come to the end of another Coffee with Mr. IoT. If you missed any of today's show or past shows, check out our playlist, search on YouTube. And with that, I want to say thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.